Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to Appearance versus Reality, Hindu Academy. Hopefully with Lakhani, I don't know. But Appearance versus Reality, I have no idea what this could mean. The only thing I think of when I see Appearance versus Reality is like if you look online for something, you're like, oh man, that looks nice, and you buy it, and all of a sudden when it gets here, it's like, oh man, it looked like look a lot bigger in the picture. You know, when you buy something, it's like it looks a lot bluer in the picture, or something like that. You know, it looks different from what it really actually is. Reality looks different from what it appeared on the video, but anyway, or from the website or whatever. But let's go ahead and give this a shot. It's a pretty short one, like really short.
Everything that you can think of, say, the body, the physical side, the universe, the creation, the mental side, the mind that we all use to make sense of the world we see around us, the cosmic mind, that means we are sharing the same mind, that's why we can agree with the same reality. The physical mind, intellect, ego, emotion, everything is part of Maya, everything Maya. So Maya is, the reason I can say is this: Maya is not some kind of individual thing, kind of overpowering this underpinning called Brahman spirit. Maya is purely a statement of disjoint between what is and what it appears as. So everything that we see appears as me, I'm here, and this world is here, the sun and the moon. So all this is part of the appearance. So because it is that disjoint is called Maya. So it's in the field of Maya. We live, we die, we talk about spirituality, all in the field of Maya. But this is the recognition of the disjoint between what is and what it appears as. That's all. It's a disjoint. That's all. It's not some individual say, "Oh, I'm a horrible person, I'm going to cover you up." It's just a disjoint that we just observe, and we kind of call this disjoint Maya. This is a real definition about Maya, not illusion.
Free e-learn.
Oh, that was really quick, so I could actually play that out. So, what I like to, the way I understood Maya and how I like to understand it, so that it kind of fits along what makes sense to me as I am putting this together until it makes sense in a different way. Maya, he says disjoint. That makes sense too. I call it a misunderstanding. Now I think probably in traditional Advaita Vedanta, Maya is illusion, a false reality, as in everything is Brahman, pure consciousness. That is, when I think about it, in some sense, it actually literally does make absolute sense. But I'm gonna think of it as this way right now until I get more evidence on the okay, let me just explain this, because both of those ideas in my mind are in such strong conflict. So let me explain how I view it. So Brahman is the fabric of existence. This is made out of Brahman, this is made out of Brahman, this is made out of Brahman, and I'm made of Brahman, you are made of Brahman, this video is made out of Brahman. So what Brahman is this atoms, or whatever it is, the smallest thing you can possibly find in the universe, and cannot be any smaller than that. And this thing exists within everything. If it exists, it has this, and that is Brahman. And Maya is this understanding that oh, this is made out of pencil or pen and lead or whatever, but in reality, this pen and me, you, our brains, all of it is all made out of the same thing. It's a unifying idea, which is true because we're all made out of the same thing. I mean, I can't remember what the black astrophysicist, I can't remember his name for some odd reason, but he says that we're created from the same things that the universe is, which I've never really thought about, even though it makes sense. But we are created by the cosmos. We are part of the cosmos. Same thing with how Advaita Vedanta is saying that we are Brahman. We are all created from Brahman. Everything is Brahman. So that's why I think of Maya as an illusion. I'm sorry, misunderstandings, because as we're thinking that this pen and me are separate. We are created from the same thing. We are two different objects, but we're still the same in that way. Now, in Advaita Vedanta, how I'm understanding this from that perspective is that Brahman is pure consciousness. Everything's made out of consciousness. And Maya is the illusion, as the illusion being that that I'm experiencing this pen in my hand, but in reality I am not. And I'm gonna put that twist a little bit, that Advaita Vedanta, and how I understand it so far, and that in our mind, and again, my understanding of Advaita Vedanta, my interpretation, again, my second interpretation of it, I'm sorry, is that the consciousness is in my mind. My own consciousness in my mind, consciousness is in your mind. Everyone has their own consciousness. And when I'm looking at this pen, I am visually looking at it, but my eyes, how do I experience? I'm not actually seeing the pen. I'm seeing the reflection into my eyes. The eyes is translating to my brain, and then in my brain it is, how to say, showing it to my consciousness, within my consciousness. So technically speaking, I am I'm seeing this representation in my consciousness. That's the only place I can ever experience anything. So even though I'm touching and holding this pen, I am experiencing it only ever in my consciousness, because I am not actually experiencing it out here. I'm only ever experiencing it in my consciousness. And the difference between my second interpretation of Advaita Vedanta versus what if I'm understanding correctly, the true Advaita Vedanta is the fact that everything in the universe is consciousness. Myself, my consciousness, this pen, everything is pure consciousness, but we think of it as not consciousness, but in reality it is consciousness, and that our consciousness is just not stuck in our mind. I'm not too sure how Advaita Vedanta kind of does this in terms of where consciousness is. It says it's everywhere, it's everything, and it's like separate too. It's kind of weird in that way. Everything is consciousness, but we have this illusion that we think that we're the body. I do understand it. It's just I have to formulate, think about it a little bit more. But everything's consciousness. Everything that we experience is consciousness. Nothing is separate from consciousness. Consciousness being Brahman. All right. So, anyways, I went on to a very long rant, trying to give you the three understandings that I have. Materialistic, being that everything is created from Brahman. It's not consciousness in a sense, but it exists, fabric of existence, everything, how everything works in the universe, everything that exists in the universe is Brahman. My second interpretation of Advaita Vedanta being that everything's experienced in consciousness. However, and this interpretation is the fact that we have our consciousness in our mind, and everything manifests in that consciousness, and that's the only way you experience things, in that consciousness. What you're experiencing here is not actually being experienced here, but in your consciousness. And the third one being Advaita Vedanta, which is everything is consciousness. Nothing is not consciousness. Everything's Brahman, everything's consciousness. And the sheer fact Maya in that interpretation is the illusion that we think that we are separate from consciousness. I think I got it mostly right. Let me know if I'm wrong. Anyways, that's it for Appearance versus Reality. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.